Assalamu alaikum, how are you, Momo?
Good, how are you?
I am quite well.
Finally we meet.
Yes. Bro, what the hell?
Are you recording stuff?
Huh?
You want me part of recording?
I'm the tech guy.
You're the tech. What are you studying?
I'm on a gap year this year. Yeah, what are you doing? Economics in UCD?
Econs and finance.
What the heck?
How come you're in a gap year?
I didn't go to Italy this year. I'm going next year to do medicine.
Oh, you're listening for medicine.
Huh?
You're listening for medicine.
Yeah. Do you still want to do medicine?
I don't know. Not really.
Fair enough.
Are you with you probably know Saphir? Not Saphir, Kasir.
To see her, yeah.
I think he's gone Italy as well, isn't he?
Nah, he's gone to Bulgaria now.
You're not getting Italy.
I don't know if he got it, but Bulgaria started
He
before
is in
the.
Bulgaria. I know.
Yeah. Man,
How come
why?
you're not going this year?
Iman! Iman! The angle for this is really weird.
Tech guy.
Bad one. Can I bring it up higher? No, because look at it's slanted.
It's fine. Leave it. Let me sound and say so.
I'm just
Okay,
going
go.
first.
Yo!
Assalamualaikum everybody. Hi, basically, there's no good business. We're going to go upstairs and pray. And then we're back here. We're live on YouTube, so on YouTube. We're going to go upstairs and pray, and then we'll be back down here for 4:50. 4:52 max. If you're not praying, you may stay here. But don't make any noise, please. Okay, guys, can you take your registers? Thank you. Come on.
Where's Ikra Barn? I haven't seen you in so long.
Alia, can you say if you want to go pray and you don't know where it is?
Assalamualaikum again. If you need to pray and you don't know where to go, I was told a beautiful lady in blue will show up a minute ago. I think it's Shahid, but I don't really know. But follow, yeah, there she is. She'll show you where to go. So, if you can head now, guys, just because if you hear people doing stuff, there's a lot of people here. There will most definitely be a queue in the bathroom, so I would go there.
They're really open. How do you feel? Let me see your shit. Take them off. Okay, well then that's all. And he also says he's not wearing his. He hasn't walked around with James. James isn't wearing his.
Beat him up. I'll help you. I'm wearing boots. Like,
So he just sits down, he does this, and then he does this, he picks her up, and he does this, and you're fine.
did you find her? Search price. Did they find it? Okay, well, at least it's hidden.
But it's hidden. And then the girl was like,
I guess who it was. That's true. Sorry, girl. You can't find me. That's true. Can I see? Can I see that? Sorry, love. Yeah. Sorry.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله حق تقاته ولا تموتن إلا وأنتم مسلمون. واعتصموا بحبل الله جميعا ولا تفرقوا واذكروا نعمة الله عليكم إذ كنتم أعداء فألف بين قلوبكم فأصبحتم بنعمته إخوانا وكنتم على شفا حفرة من النار فأنقذكم منها كذلك يبين الله لكم آياته لعلكم يهتدون. ولتكن منكم أمة يدعون إلى الخير ويأمرون بالمعروف وينهون عن المنكر وأولئك هم المفلحون. ولا تكونوا كالذين تفرقوا واختلفوا من بعد ما جاءهم البينات وأولئك لهم عذاب عظيم. يوم تبيض وجوه وتسود وجوه فأما الذين اسودت وجوههم أكفرتم بعد إيمانكم فذوقوا العذاب بما كنتم تكفرون. وأما الذين ابيضت وجوههم ففي رحمة الله هم فيها خالدون. تلك آيات الله نتلوها عليك بالحق وما الله يريد ظلما للعالمين. ولله ما في السماوات وما في الأرض وإلى الله ترجع الأمور. كنتم خير أمة أخرجت للناس تأمرون بالمعروف وتنهون عن المنكر وتؤمنون بالله. ولو آمن أهل الكتاب لكان خيرا لهم منهم المؤمنون وأكثرهم الفاسقون. صدق الله العظيم.
Zahra Khair Hamza. So if you want to hear more of Hamza's recitation, you can follow his Instagram page. It's Hamza_Madeen. Okay, so before we get into it, I'm going to go through a few house rules. So in case of an emergency, such as a fire, your fire exits are marked with a blue light or a green light. So green lights. There's one here, and then two in the back. Your nearest bathrooms are the Mott's restaurant bathrooms. So if you need to go to the bathroom, I kindly ask brothers to use this door, and sisters to use this door when coming in and out of the room. That's pretty much that. So my name is Alia. My name is Alia. I'm the vice director, and I'll also be your host this evening. Before I go to the itinerary, I just want to kind of see who is here. So we're going to do a little pipe session. So if you're here in your institution, I kindly ask you to please give it up here, a little clap, whatever you want. Okay, so first up, UCD Sonic Society. Okay, very good. UCC Sonic Society. TUD Tala Isa. TUD City Isa. TUD Blanche Isa. Okay, it's okay. Manuf Isa. I can see the who am I missing? DCU Isa. Anybody else? Or CSI? I think that's all. I think that's all. Okay, so we're going to move on. Trinity MSA. I still think DC was the best. Trinity goes second, or CSI. Okay. Okay, so basically tonight we're going to have a conversation. We're going to hear from a few of our volunteers and from a few people from one person from our institution. And then we're going to look at a few highlights from Charity Week, the last one. And then we're going to go on to one of our favorites, the award. And then we have a very special guest in our audience today, the founder of Islamic Relief, Dr. Hani Obana, is here with us today, and he will be giving us, I'm sure, a very inspiring address later on today. And then we'll go to the projects and the totals. And then we're going to talk to you a little bit more about our vision, which I hope you all know, but just in case you don't, one last time we're going to drill it. And then finally, dinner, and then we're going to take a small break as well during dinner. So, yeah. Then I'd like to invite Fatma, who is part of DC Islamic Society, but she is also one of our Charity Week ambassadors, and she is going to tell us a little bit about her experience as an ambassador on the team this year. So Fatma, wherever you are.
Assalamu alaikum. In the name of Allah, the Merciful, the Beneficent, praise be the Lord of all worlds, prayers and peace be upon our Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. الحمد لله نستعينه ونستغفره ونستهديه ونعوذ بالله من شرور انفسنا ومن سيئات اعمالنا من يهده الله فلا هادي له واشهد ان لا اله الا الله وحده لا شريك له واشهد ان محمدا عبده ورسوله. Assalamu alaikum again, everyone. My name is Fatma, and I'm the Vice Chair of the Islamic Society in DCU, as well as I'm the DCU Ambassador for Charity Week. And I've had the pleasure to be part of the Charity Week Islamic Relief this year, where I worked hard in sharing the vision of the Islamic Relief with the institutions and encourage individuals in planning events and organizing activities for Charity Week and providing them advice and support when concerns were raised. You might be wondering why I took part in Charity Week this year. I'm going to be honest with you, it's because my father was an orphan. And that kind of pushed me into working towards these kind of work where we can benefit others. So yeah, that's what motivates me every morning to wake up and raise awareness and help orphans around the world and those in need. Being part of this huge worldwide organization has shown me and the rest of the world how small little things you do to others really matter. And it does make a huge difference, even if you don't realize it yourself, it does make a huge difference. And what blows my mind really more is obviously in Allah's hands, first of all, but it's also down to our hands that we can change a child's life. You can save a life child, which is really, wow, mashallah. Today is the Child Week finale, where you all get to celebrate our hard work that we did in the past couple of months. But this doesn't mean that this is the end of Child Week. Last year when I took part in Child Week, I didn't know that we would have another one. I was like, okay, that's it. And then I came up and she was like, no, you can take 5 and you can do more than this. So I would like to ask each one of you to take part in Child Week, to come and speak to one of us, me, any of us that are standing here, and be part of this and make a difference. Just before I pass the microphone back to Alia, I would like to take this chance to thank my parents who raised me, and to thank Charity Week members and volunteers, to thank my ISOC committee, and thank everyone for being here today. Thank you so much.
So we're gonna hear from another volunteer now. So Shamir is part of TUD Tala ISOC, and he's going to tell us a little bit about his experience being in an institution and being a part of Charity Week.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. I want to start off by thanking the Charity Week team for allowing me this opportunity of being up here and being able to talk to everyone here. My name is Shamir and I'm the finance representative for TUD Tala. After I got the role, I was undergoing the training process to understand the responsibilities that came with it, and I was thinking at first, how am I going to be able to do all of this? How am I going to manage the responsibilities I have with university, full-time work, and also this. And to my surprise, it was actually very easy. And I was thinking to myself, how can this be possible? And then I remember the verse from the Quran where Allah says in Surah Al-Buruj, إِنَّ الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا وَعَمِلُوا الصَّالِحَاتِ لَهُمْ جَنَّاتٌ تَجْرِي مِنْ تَحْتِهَا الْأَنْهَارُ ذَلِكَ الْفَوْزُ الْكَبِيرُ. Which translates to, surely those who believe and do good will have gardens under which rivers flow. That is the greatest triumph. For those who do good, they will be rewarded, Allah says. And knowing this is such a satisfying feeling to have, not just for me, but for everyone here. One of the things that also affects me and you is the money, especially being in college and a university student. And seeing how much money was being raised by the youth, everyone here, was such a good sight for sore eyes. One thing I want you to remember is the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ said, those who spend in charity, it's not as if their wealth has decreased, because sadaqah does not decrease wealth. And another thing our Prophet ﷺ said is that charity extinguishes sin the same way water extinguishes fire. Now imagine that small donation you made was the reason Allah said to you, وَدَخُلِي جَنَّتِي, which means, and enter my paradise. If this isn't showing you the beauty of our religion, I don't know what will, where we will have Muslims in America and in the UK and many other countries around the world working towards the same goal, which is pleasing our Rabb. The final point I would like to mention is the amount of joy I felt in Charity Week, spending time with other Muslims and ultimately building a better relationship. And one core memory that will stay with me is the amount of weight I gained from our bake sale.
I just also want to add, if you have not been registered yet, two of our ambassadors, Ahmed for the brothers and Wad for the sisters, will go around and register you. So maybe make yourself known, or they'll just come around, just make sure you let them know. I'm here for some things. Okay, so we have a little surprise for you today. I was going to play the highlight video, but we have a very special guest. I'm going to give you a little background story before I introduce her. But basically, last year's our finale, we had a watch party, so it wasn't a dinner, and it was all kind of virtual. So we was recorded and we kind of sat and watched in a very small group, not as big as today. And we had our mascot Patricia, which I think she went to the bathroom, she's not right here with them. But if she was here, she would tell you that she interviewed a lot of people from our international charity team. And one of these people was Iman from marketing, international marketing. And when everyone else was just answering technical questions, Iman decided to give us a full poem. And so we brought Iman here today, all the way from Bradford. And she is going to recite that poem for us. So I hope you all enjoy this.
Assalamu alaikum, everyone. Thank you. It's one of those last two speeches. I feel a little bit intimidated. There were some beautiful speeches, mashallah. But yes, this poem goes out to a very, very special person who's apparently not in the room. But this is a bathroom, but I hope the rest of you appreciate it. Okay, here we go. Mashed potato, smashed potato, crispy golden roast potato, creamy potato, seasoned potato, roti stuffed with spiced potato, chopped potato, sweet potato, high carbohydrate content potato, fried potato, sliced potato, makes you warm inside potato, curry potato, jacket potato, comforting feeling of home potato, toasted noir potato, Ramadan potato, one more white hat potato, cheesy potato, creamy potato, one more and you'll be judged potato, crisp potato, hot potato, a lifetime on the hips potato, peeled potato, boiled potato, never disappoints potato, CW mascot potato, big name on campus potato, shout out goes to Patricia the potato, firm potato, soft potato, some days my only source of joy potato. There you go guys. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, all. I hope you all enjoyed that. If you didn't hear a bit of it, or you may went to the bathroom, Patricia was sorry. Should we do it again next year, inshallah? So you go back next year. Hear it all over again. And there may be a new verse, because there was a new verse from there, I noticed. Okay, so we're going to go through a few highlights. I believe I'm going to press something here. So 1 second. Okay, let me find it, okay, inshallah.
Today we are going on tour.
So I'm glad Sarah, I'm here to the University and we're here to visit myself, student resources and national youth.
My favorite sport is football. And this week we have the band, amazing, playing football, a little 5-5.
All your grievances, let's build a community.
We're here in the heart of Dublin, Trinity College, we're going to find out that they're trying to express themselves.
Community peace for all, believe in your dream and stand tall. Believe in your dream.
It's very cheesy, like.
There's multiple things. Obviously, the first thing, technical success is so much for example. But if we're going to think of somebody as
guys, so we are at North Dublin Muslim National School and we are going to do the resources.
All is good is from him. That is our own intention sincere.
Today, Patricia and I are at DCU and we are going to be attending a DCU ISOC event and interviewing some of their members.
He cultivates peace and turns the hardships.
What are you looking for? I think the thing that I'm most looking forward to is everyone coming in and pitching in for a good cause.
Work together we take pride in building a community. This unity will
So guys, we finally made it to our last stop for the day, which is TV City.
this unity, peace for all. Believe in your dream and stand tall. Believe in your dream.
So guys, today we are here at TUG for the first time. And we're here, we're going to be eating some cultural food, tasting pizza, and
Work together to succeed.
Nikka, how does it feel to be in your first Chinese event? Scared, but we're excited.
Been divided long enough. Take pride 'cause we're strong enough.
Assalamualaikum guys. Today I'm in Thailand and I have a question for Donna, who's from my teachers. What is your favorite thing about Thailand? My favorite thing about Thailand is that it's a small town and everyone's very nice and polite and I love this community.
This unity, peace for all. Believe in your dream and stand tall. Believe in your dream. United we stand, divided we fall. It's time for us to change and break these chains. Work together.
As you guys can see, we have now made it into our seaside and we will be interviewing their colleagues.
We just need unity.
What event are you guys excited for?
Keep attention sincere. Keep it back with clear. Make a mistake. Turn the image just great. He cultivates peace. Turn the hardship to ease. We just need unity.
Okay, I'm really sorry that was very quiet, but I think I'll be very quiet and listening to it. Okay, we're going to go on to speak and do this at the same time because there is no we're going to go on to a very exciting segment, which is the awards. So, I just want to say something first. A lot of institutions here, as we see in right here, and I just want to thank you all for being a part of charity this year. And I'm wishing you all the very, very best of luck. And I hope if you do win an award that your cheers are better than they were this morning. Not this morning, really. Okay, so I'm going to hand it over now to Iman, and she is going to tell us what word. I'm sorry. Iman and Sada. And they're going to do the awards for us.
Assalamu alaikum everyone. So my name is Iman and I'm the director of Charity Week Ireland. So the way we're going to announce the awards today is I will be saying out the description of the awards and I will be telling you guys who has been nominated for these awards, and then inshallah, so that we're going to announce the winner. So when she announces the winners, guys, we want paper rolls on the tables, okay? So the first award is the most innovative event. Can you please get the slides? Where's the pointer, guys? Oh, it's understood. So our first award is for the most innovative event. This award goes to an institution who holds the most unique event of the year, the one that no one expected and that was breath of fresh air, the most creative event. So the nominations for this event, for this award are TCD MSA Esports Event. That's number one. Number two is DCU ISOX Scavenger Hunt. And finally, we have UCB ISOX Brothers Charity Swim. So do you want to let us know who's going to be the winner?
It is Trinity College.
So, Trinity College Dublin MSA's esports event was one that we never seen before. Could you please come up and get your award now? Okay, so next we're going to move on to our next award, which is it's called the Best Sport Award. So this award goes to an institution who has imbued the charity week spirit into all of their activities consistently. It is true that united we win, but when it comes to building a team, it can only be built if the links are strong, and we noticed their teamwork was amazing. So, without further ado, I will be announcing the nominees now. Oh, perfect. So, we have TUD Tala ISOC, TCB MSA, and TUD City ISOC. So, do you want to announce? TUD City, do you want to come up and get your award?
I'm not doing it.
Okay, so our next award is Best Charity Marketing. So this year, everyone was they really upped their games, but marketing is a very, very tough job because you need to upload the socials, you need to upload on Instagram, make the stories, post your reels. So the nominees that we have for this award is DCU ISOC, UCC ISOC, and TUD Tala ISOC. And the winner, Salah is going to announce. Come on, Evan, come on, let's roll.
So proud of her.
Thank you very much, DCU. We noticed that your posters were very amazing.
Yes, they were.
This may seem like very biased because I went to DCU, but that's actually not the case. Okay, so next up, our next award is the Most Collaborative Event. So this award is for the institutions that have collectively organized the best collaborative event, which led to a lot of attendance. So without further ado, the nominees are the Brothers Five-a-Side Charity Football and the Sisters Smackdowns. So we're going to do a drum roll. And obviously, because it's brothers versus sisters, we need to see who does the louder ones. Guys, calm down for a second, yeah? Brothers first. Okay. Next up, guys. Sisters! saw that. It's fine. Okay, go on.
And the winner is Brother St. Joseph's Isaac
Okay, so for this award, we'd like the brothers from each university to come up, please. And we're going to make you hold your awards and take a picture.
So could you ask them to turn on one of the lights, please, because the images are going to be really dark.
Okay.
Because you see,
Oh yeah, they are.
yeah, because it's overhead, it's not
Yeah.
on their face.
I'll do it. Oh, why is everyone? No, on. I'll put it on. Is that okay? No.
No, like, I actually don't know what to do. It's not that hard. What? Oh, 100%. A million percent.
Yeah, there's no way they didn't come up with this.
Thank you, brothers, for that. As a subscriber, I wasn't at this event, but from what the pictures that I saw, there seemed to be a lot of unity at this event. There was a lot of attendees, and Jazakallah khairan for holding that event. And next, we're going to move on to the Notable Newcomer Award. So this award is given to a newcomer at Charity Week, and despite the challenges of being new, this team shows great potential and begins their Charity Week journey with a great start. So nominees are TUD Tala ISOC, North Dublin Muslim National School, and MU ISOC. Now go on, Salah.
And the winner is North Dublin Muslim National School.
This year, we had our first primary school take part in Charity Week. So basically, they had a small pajama day on Friday before their holidays, and they all came in with money, and they were so excited when we went to give them a little talk about what Charity Week is. We showed them a little comic. It's called Deen and Dunya. If you don't know about it, you can check it out on the Charity Week Instagram page. And they were just very excited about it, and they really, really loved the comic. So a big round of applause for them, please. Okay, on to our next award, which is Against All Odds. So this award is given to an institution who, despite the challenges that they had, whether it be related to organization, holding events, or any other obstacles that they had, this award is given to them. So without further ado, the nominees are RCSI ISOC, PUD Blanche ISOC, and Al Rahman Youth Group. Take it away, Sir.
And the winner is TUD Blanche.
Thank you very much, Stephen. And now, we have one final award, guys. You may know this award. It always comes up every single year. It's called the Best Display of Unity. Okay, so this award is given to an institution who spreads the word of unity. and they also enact it in their actions. So they make unity a reality. They embody the true spirit of this, setting spark and making a real change. So the nominees for this award are UCC ISOC, TUD Tala ISOC, DCU ISOC. So this is one of our most prized awards, and we need to see who's going to win it. And without further ado, Sullivan is going to announce it. Drum rolls, guys.
The winner is Sweetie Tala.
Sweetie Tala, please come up and get her award. This year's Uni Tala did really amazing. This is their first time taking part, and they did an amazing job. They held many events, and they really, from their pictures and their events, we saw that they really joined their communities together, especially in their university, which is why we gave them this award. Thank you very much, guys, for that. Okay, so now Ali's going to come back and introduce our next guest.
Hello again. So now we have a very special guest. I kind of already told you at the beginning. I also did introduction now, but I'm going to repeat it again. So for those of you who do not know, Dr. Hani is the founder of Islamic Relief, and without Islamic Relief, there would not be any charity. Without charity, we would not all be here today, having the best time of our lives. And Dr. Hani is going to give us a few inspiring words. So Dr. Hani, when you're ready, I'd like to invite you on the stage. And yeah.
It's better to go up.
Quiet. Get him. He's getting. Oh, well, he's up there now.
I want to dance.
Patricia.
Patricia, take care with me. Right. I'm looking for another wife. Anyway, alhamdulillah, wa sallallahu ala rasulillah. To be very honest, we could not have believed that the journey of Islamic faith will bring us here after 38 years. 2024 is the 40th anniversary of Islamic religion. A journey started with commitment, with dedication, and with clarity of vision, and with one objective: help. A journey that started, most of the people were in this journey in the 80s and 90s at your age. Secondary school students, university students. There were not many ISOC in UK, but to ISOC it. ISOC it? You ISOC it? Use English. Yeah. So this journey means that you are on the right track. My ask was for two of the young people in the room. What are you going to do when you get your degree? They said, I get a job. I said, so what? What's next? I become a CEO. So what's next? What's next? There's next after what's next. And for every what's next, there's another next. You never stop by having something. I remember Imam Ahmad ibn Hanbal, after being tortured in the prison for years, he came out and he made is, or declared his proverb, معي المحبرة إلى المقبرة. I have my ink pot. Till I go to my grave. That means I'm going to write every day, every single day, every hour, every minute, till I pass away. And he was over 70 at that time. I remember Sayyidina Abu Ayyub al-Ansari, when he decided to travel at the age over 90 to Constantinople, which is Istanbul nowadays, to see the hadith of the Prophet ﷺ, Fathat Constantinople, the conquest of Constantinople at that time. He died there, and he's buried in Istanbul, in Ayyubiyya, Ayyub Sultan. This is what's next. Never, ever stop at what's next. Because there is a next after any what's next. Never. I will not tolerate people like you who said, let us chill out. Let us enjoy our life. Yes, you enjoy our life by creating lives for the other people who are not enjoying their lives. The Ummah of Iqra and the Ummah of Noon wal Qalam wa ma yasturun is the Ummah of knowledge. Is the Ummah of education. Is the Ummah of learning. Is the Ummah of delivering. It is the Ummah of empowering. Is the Ummah of building communities. Is the Ummah of building peace and showing people how can we create peace for everybody else. There's a next, after every next, and after what's next. Never stop, young sisters or young brothers. I'd love to follow the footsteps of Ahmad ibn Hanbal or Abu Ayyub al-Ansari or Umar al-Mukhtar from Libya. And we know who is Umar al-Mukhtar, the Lion of the Desert, and we know who is Ahmad ibn Hanbal, and we know who is Abu Ayyub al-Ansari. So young people, the Ummah is waiting for you. Don't ever and never underestimate your ability and capability. Your drive. We are waiting for you. Khalas, don't wait for me. We started the journey and you have to finish it. And to have to pass it to generations after you. Non-stop. The Ummah of knowledge, the Ummah of learning, the Ummah of education should be the leading Ummah. If such an Ummah stood up on the firm ground of Quran, the manhaj of the teaching of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and be very proud of yourself, of the deen, of the book, of the teacher, of the message, of the history, and of the future that you are going to create. Be very proud of this. I cannot tell you how much I'm happy. I cannot tell you how much I'm stating now. Where? I'm not with you. Where I am now? I'm over the moon. I'm over the moon. You know why? Because I have my own moon. You have a moon for yourself? I can moon you, you can moon me. But we, the moon is people. Okay? So I'm up in a different world, seeing what you're going to make for humanity. Islam is about humanity. Islam is not about sectarianism or grouping. No. Or departmentalization. No. Islam is about inclusivity. I was discussing this morning after Fajr with Brother Ancient, Atiq, his name is Ancient, huh? Yeah, you are mentioned. You are mentioned everywhere. You are ancient. I'm ancient. I'm 17. Thank you. I'm 13. Because I like tea in Arabic is fig. Because I love eating tea with fig. We mentioned this, what did we mention this morning? Huh? The journey. But I forgot what I was going to talk. It's because of you. Because of you. Patricia. Yes. We cannot afford to die. Because we are not going to die. You know why? Because each and every one of us in this room has a message to deliver. And the people who has the message to deliver never die. Because the message lives forever. Malcolm X, Nelson Mandela, Mahatma Gandhi, Ali Izabegovic, and others. Their message is still alive. They are with us. And each and every one of us, you see, I'm pointing my finger with threatening style. I'm serious. My time could be up tomorrow, or today, or next week, but your time will be there forever. You never live for yourself alone. If you want to live forever, work for others. If you want to live forever, work for others. If you want to live forever, work for others. If you want to get what you want, you give what you have. If you don't give what you have, you don't get what you want. It's a relationship. Between whom? Between us and Allah. Allah gives us life and we give it back to the people of Allah, whether they are Muslims or non-Muslims, black or white, African or Asian, wherever we are. This is the message of Islam, the message of inclusivity. You know, inclusivity, which I was discussing with Brother Ancient this morning, Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, at the time of the conquest of Mecca, the triumphant time, you know what he said? Who enter his own house is safe, or she is safe. Who enter the house of Allah is safe. And who enter the house of Abu Sufyan is safe. Why did he mention Abu Sufyan? And he was Mushrik. He was not Muslim. Because he wanted to include him in his message. This inclusivity. Prophet ﷺ mentioned the people who used to try to fight him and to kill him. Remember somebody else? Can't remember his name later on. When the Prophet ﷺ went to Al-Ta'if and the children were stoning him, making mockery of him, and the angel came down and said, do you want me to bring the two mountains on them? He said, no. I want maybe one day from amongst those people, believing individuals will come out with them. He came to Mecca and he wanted to have hijab, somebody to protect him. Mut'am ibn Adi, I can't remember the name anyway. I think Mut'am ibn Adi. And he told him, can you make ijara for me? Mut'am came out with his 11 sons, wearing the armor, stood in front of Kaaba and said, we are Mujir, the Prophet ﷺ, to protect Muhammad ﷺ. Whom they were trying to humiliate him in Al-Ta'if. Mut'am did not become Muslim. This is inclusivity. Listen to this. Never ever exclude anyone. Never ever exclude anyone. At the time of the first triumphant winning of in the battlefield of Badr, there was a lot of prisoners of war that Muslims have captured. You know what the Prophet ﷺ said? If Mut'am is with us, Mut'am died as mushrik. If Mut'am is with us today, I will ask him and will consult him what to do. He remembers people who are not Muslims. People like Abu Sufyan who are trying to fight against him and to kill him. Who are we to make our own isms, our own groups, our own clans? That's why we are self-defeating ourselves. That's why they're calling us names. That's why we became at the tail end of all the nations on earth. That's why we lost our track. We lost our direction because we have no vision. Islam is about inclusivity. And Islam about the next of every what's next. Please, I want you to be the winners of Nobel Peace. Many of you. Can you do it? Can you do it? Don't stop at the job. Don't stop at the status and say, I finished it. No. Life is a never-ending story. Because your life is connected to the life of others. Your life is connected to our life in the grave. And our life in the grave is connected to our life before Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This is what we're trying to say. What's next? Inclusivity and being proud. Sisters, or sometimes they call her names because she's wearing hijab or niqab. You know what you need to say? Peace be upon you. وَإِذَا خَطَبَهُمُ الْجَاهِلُونَ قَالُوا السَّلَامَ. Was arrogant. Arrogance would only be taken at the time when somebody make mockery of you. Peace be upon you. At the time. And proceed to deliver the message of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam for humanity, to save humanity. Nowadays, humanity is in a dire need for Islam. When they wind up the Islamophobia to stop us developing the solution for them and for others. Don't let them to do that. Don't let even Muslim crooks and hypocrites to do that. Have an objective for our life. Have a purpose for our life and support to the life of every life on earth. Climate, animals, birds. Because you don't know who will stand for Allah in your defense or for your defense. Could be a dog, like the prostitute of the Israelites. When she found a panting dog, she took her shoes off and put it in the well and bring some water to give him some water. And Allah thanked her, a prostitute, mentioned in the hadith, and she was not Muslim. So we don't know who is going to stand for Allah to protect us, to help us, to save us. And us tell Allah, oh Allah, no. She is the one who did so and so and so. And he is the one, and Allah knows. Allah knows. The piece of land that you make sujood on it might be the witness. The angel might be the witness. The animals might be the witness. The birds might be the witness. Everything can speak with the will of Allah. Everything can react with the will of Allah. Because Allah is the creator, the giver, and the one who does not want anyone on earth to go to hellfire. Allah is al-Rahmah and al-Maghfirah and al-Wadud and al-Shakur. So to conclude, can the brothers stand up, please? All of you. And can the sisters stand up? And this is my last declaration for you. I might not see you next year. I don't know. I don't know. I want a commitment that we will never give up to save humanity. We will never give up to be the pioneering individuals who can produce solutions for every community on earth. We will never give up by people who are trying to twist our arms or to call us names. We will never give up at all. All this tarnishing that they are making against us will never give up. And this commitment, if you can say it to yourself, not to me, between you and Allah, between you and the angels who write everything for you, to let Allah to bear witness your commitment. I love you, and I cannot believe that we have the solution, but we are not able to put it on the table. You do it. You do it. We might have failed you of delivering, but don't fail the generations to come. I might have failed you to do it, but never forget that the Ummah, the Alam, the whole world, the universe is waiting for you. Your responsibility before humanity and for Allah is unimaginable. We are not anyone. We are not anyone. We are the saviors, Bismillah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We are the custodian, Bismillah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We are very proud Ummah. Ummah, when we do what? When we have the Quran as the foundation of our life. When we have the teacher as the guideline for our life, sallallahu alaihi wasallam. When we are our history, know our history. Know our history. We don't know our history. We don't know our history. We don't know our history. Great history. Come from Balkh, come from Central Asia, come from the Arabia, come from Turkey, come from Andalusia, and all come from Africa, and all this history is about creating civilization and renaissance. Not about destruction, not about killing, not about deceiving, not about forging. No. No matter what they have said about us, we are the Ummah that humanity is desperately waiting for you. Why not raise the expectation of humanity and save it? Don't stop at the first next. I conclude by saying a proverb by Umar ibn Abdul Aziz. Umar ibn Abdul Aziz was the most handsome, elegant, good looking. I look like that. Good looking, not middle class. He's the great grandson of Umar ibn Khattab. And when he used to walk in Mecca or Medina, girls were, Umar's here. You know, each one of them would like to marry Umar ibn Abdul Aziz. And he said, أنا عندي نفس طواء. I have a soul which always have high expectation. He loved his cousin Fatima, and he wanted to marry her. He married her. Then his second dream was to become the Amir of Mecca and Medina, or Mecca only or Medina only. He became the Amir of Mecca and Medina. The third wish was he would love to become the Khalifa, like his uncle, like his cousins, like his great-grandfather, which is Umar ibn Khattab. And he became the Khalifa. And they said, now, my nafs is looking forward for Jannah. Forget about all this glamour. Forget about everything. And he died as shaheed. Alhamdulillah. But he died He was the leader, or actually the Khalifa of the strongest country on earth, the wealthiest country on earth, and did not have money to be buried, to have the coffin for him. Because he left for us the legacy about Umar ibn Abdul Aziz, who was spread justice in less than 2.5 years.
Oh my God.
And be Umar ibn Abdul Aziz, be Fatima, be Aisha, be Umar ibn Khattab. This is our role model. This is our role model. We stand up for that, sisters and brothers. I finished with the boss. Come on, boss, because I'd like to. I'm standing. Come on, anybody else would like to come? I stand next to them. Come on. تعالي يا أميمة. تعالي يا أختي أنت. أنت يا أختي أنت يا أختي. تعالي أنت يا أختي. يعني من نيجيريا. Because I love Africa. I'm African. So I'm your African. Tunisian African. Of course. Come on, Africa. You know why I'm standing next to them? Because I'd love to be elevated and honored by what they have been doing and what they'll be doing. The role of women in Islam is a leading role. You are not a second-class citizen. You are a leading citizen. All of you. Don't let anyone to humiliate you. Never, ever, never, ever. Come with us, both of you. Salah, come on. Come on, look at me, look at me. Wait, is your sister? Khalas, come with us. You. Yeah. I'm not going to bite you. Come on. Someone. Yeah. Oh, both of you. Both of you. Come on, sir. We'll let the brothers come later on. What I'm trying to say here today, the role of women in Islam started from the time of Mary, alayhi salam, from the time of Asya, the wife of Pharaoh, alayhi salam, from the time of the one who was actually the hairdresser of the daughter of Pharaoh. You can sit down. With your time. The one was actually welcome sister. From that time, then from the time of Khadijah, icons have shown humanity what to do, and they still our icon thousands of years afterwards. So thank you, 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 thank you. Hold the torch to lead. Don't let go. Inshallah. May Allah bless you all. Of course, the brothers, but I'm just trying to focus on the sisters. Because people undermining their capability and their ability and their value. And this is something we have to stand up for as brothers, as fathers, as uncles, as teachers, to let them to be more confident in themselves. Inshallah. And I'm very happy to see all of you doing the great job of today and every day. If you live for others, you live forever. And if you want to get what you have, what did I say? I forgot.
You have to give what you have.
If you get what you want, if you want to get what you want, you give what you have. Thank you. And actually, all of us should actually salute them.
Thank you all for sharing, Dr. Hani. We can all head back to our seats, and I will take us to the next segment, inshallah.
We're doing so good.
Thank you, Dr. Hani. Okay, guys, so back to the lovely time. We're going to take a small 5-minute break. Not everybody leaves break. And everyone sit in your seats. And everyone sit in your seats and look at your little goodie bag. So we're just going to take 5 minutes. You can look at your bag if you have it. Look through your lovely program if you have it. Please don't throw any of your stuff on. Okay, so I'll be back in 5 minutes. Bathroom breaks now, all that kind of stuff.
No, I didn't know.
Hello, assalamualaikum. 5 minutes are now up. So, hang out around, please take the seat again. And you're going to just before I begin and introduce the next part, I have a question. I have been informed that there is an missing award belonging to Maynooth University that has been taken by a brother who is not in Maynooth University. So I kindly ask that you bring that award back up when you get the chance. Thank you very much. Okay, so when you're all ready. Okay, Maynooth guys, I have retrieved your award. So, please, someone on the scissors take that in front of me. Okay, so we're going to move on now. As many of you know, Charity Week is in fact about charity and giving. And we have a lot of different projects here at Charity Week. And I'm going to invite one of our ambassadors, Mohammed Zubair, to tell us a little bit more about our Charity Week projects this year.
Assalamu alaikum everyone. Now this part is going to be a little bit different than the ones before this one. If you take nothing away from tonight, please take this away. First, we need to give a disclaimer that all names have been changed to protect the identity and the dignity of the children involved, and we also have to give the permission of the children and the guardians to share their stories. These stories are real, and these children are also real. And they've actually been met by our Islamic Relief staff very recently. So, meet Sarah. Sarah is 10 years old, and she's from Pakistan. During the recent floods, she lost her entire home. Everything gone. All of her possessions gone. However, even this unimaginable loss was nothing compared to what happened to her family. She was orphaned, and she lost both parents, and somehow she and her siblings survived. And they're now living with their uncle. Their uncle does not have enough money to feed his own family, let alone Sarah and her siblings. They're hungry, they're traumatized, and they are in need. Just look at her and let it sink in. This is a real person. Now meet Halima. Halima is 10 years old and she's from Somalia. Her family lived in a village, but when the food completely disappeared, they had to leave. They walked on foot for 3 weeks with little to eat in the famine-hit land. She saw her baby sister die of starvation at the start of the journey. Imagine that. They had to carry her body for the whole 3 weeks. When they finally got to the camp, they had to bury her. And guess what happened the very next day? Her 3-year-old brother died of starvation. He was buried next to her sister. Halima and her parents, they're starving. They're not hungry, they're not malnourished, but they're starving. Just look at her again and let it sink in. Now I ask you, brothers and sisters, who should we help? Pakistan or Somalia? People orphaned from the floods or people starving from the famine? Sarah or Halima? We'll give you 60 seconds to quietly think about it and think about the pros and the cons, and then we might put it to a vote. Okay, brothers and sisters, before we have the vote, I need to ask a question for you all. Show of hands. How many of you guys are struggling to choose between the two? Please put your hands up. Yeah, that's a lot of hands. This is basically the whole point of Charity Week. SubhanAllah, we've become so used to being, disunited and alienated that we become habituated to choosing between our brothers and our sisters. When we do a project alone, our impact is limited. Our reach is limited, and the people we can help is limited. So we have to make choices. Do we choose to help those in suffering from famine or those from floods? Do we choose to help the people in our home countries or from other countries? Do we choose to provide healthcare or do we choose to provide education? Now, these are false choices. These are terrible choices. And these are the choices that only a disunited Ummah has to make. When we unite, we can help them all. Just look at the projects in all the countries that we look at to help in Charity Week this year. So look at all the countries, the types of projects, the sizes of the projects, and look how none of this we could do on our own, but together we have made the impossible possible. Remember this the next time someone asks about Charity Week or the time we spent in it, and if you wonder if it was worth it. Look at Sarah and look at Halima and know, if unity means that we do not need to choose between our children, then unity has to be compulsory upon us, and the sooner we spread this vision, the sooner we can change our situation. Jazakallah khair.
Jazakallah khair. So we are going to move on now to what you've all been waiting for, which is the totals. So you've all worked very hard this Charity Week this year, and I know you see things on the Just Giving, and some of you may have become accountants recently and started adding them up, but none of you actually really know. But this is why you're here to find out. So I'm going to hand it over, I believe, to Iman, who is going to announce our totals today. And we're going to ask that when she announces the total for your institution, that you come up and take your certificate. You're supposed to say that first.
That's okay, no worries at all. So if the Islamic Relief reps, Fahir and Aisha, if you guys can join us, or Alia, can you join us as well on the stage with the awards? So the first award that we have is for the universities that are. First, we're going to announce the totals of all the universities. Then we'll move on to our other institutions, inshallah. So first up, we have, let's do a drum roll. We have UCC Cork, University College Cork ISOC will raise $1,200. Is anyone from UCC here today? Okay, that's right. Please, let's do another. Oh, sorry guys. I don't know what happened there. Okay, so another big round of applause for UCC. Okay, so next up, drum roll guys, we have UCP ISOC will raise $537. UCP, please come up. Big round of applause, guys. Okay, so next up, we have. Where's my slide control, please? We have PCB MSA who have raised, drum rolls, $2,000. Thank you very much, guys. Okay, so next up we have RCSI ISOC who have raised drum rolls $521. Thank you very much, RCSI. Okay, so next up we have the new University ISOC, a new institution, $560. Thank you very much for participating. Maynooth is also a new institution taking part this year. Okay, thank you very much. Next up, we have drum rolls. TD City ISOC who have raised $619. Okay, guys, so next up we have UD Tala ISOC, drum rolls. They have raised $1,000. part, which is TUD, Dr. Islam ISOC. They're also a new institution taking part. So, drum rolls, please. They have raised $725. Yes, well done to you, Dash. Okay. So next up we have DCUI song. We have a lot of DCU people here today, so drum rolls. They have raised Thank you very much. Okay, guys. Okay, so now we are going to move on to our schools. As you mentioned before, we have a new type of institution taking part with us this year, which was North Dublin Muslim National School, and now we are going to reveal that total that they've raised this year. So drum rolls for them, please. They have raised $690. And for our last but not least institution, we have a youth group that took part from Portlaoise, and they are called the Rahman Youth Groups. And they did a big sale in Thurles and Portlaoise, so having that determination. So they have raised $720. And now we're going to move on, inshallah, to some very, very exciting totals. I realized that I didn't tell you guys about the racing auction, which we're going to do now, because a few donations came in as well afterwards. So, guys, here are the totals for the auction. And thank you guys so much for coming to the auction and supporting us. So, drum roll! For the total. I need hype, okay? This is the big one. This is the reason why we're all here today. Drum rolls.
Everyone to jump up. Everyone's got to jump up. Everyone
You need to be very, very excited today. You can stand up as well and cheer as much as you want. Drum rolls. Let's go. And this year, Charlie Reid, Team Ireland has raised thank you guys all for your support, and we hope that you guys are happy with your efforts, and may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala reward all of us for everything that we did this training. And yeah, so that's the totals, and I'll hand it back to Aliana. And
thank you so much, Yvonne, and thank you all to you guys. Genuinely thank every single person here, people who aren't here, everybody. We obviously can't do it by ourselves, so they're all included on this matter. This is crazy considering the last year it was 8,000, so it's double last year. So in just 1 year we managed to double our total, which is absolutely amazing. Okay, so I'd like to invite another very special guest today. We're full of very special guests today. We're very lucky to have that. So I'm going to invite Shamla up to tell us more about our vision. Shamla is part of our team. She is international country support, so she supports our country internally. And yeah, so she's going to tell us a little more about the vision and her wonder here today. When she's ready. I'll just keep talking.
Everybody, today. First off, I just want to thank you all for the amazing total you guys have raised. Over €16,000, mashallah, and it's your third year in. Really, really proud of you all, and for taking part, fundraising, spreading the word, and spreading the vision, which is what I'm going to talk to you guys about now. So, you guys have heard the totals, you've celebrated, the room is buzzing, mashallah, there's such a good energy here. But I don't really know what to say to you guys. If you guys look up on the screen, you guys know that the theme is sports, right? And you know that ultimately the theme of Charity Week and the vision of Charity Week is unity. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells us in the Quran, this world and this life is merely a game. It is an ostentation and it is a diversion. Now you might be wondering, what is this life a diversion from? What kind of a game is it? I'll tell you one thing, it's not a game for play, a game to waste time in. No, it's none of that. Because we have to make this life count. Because it is what we do in this life that will determine what happens in the next life. And that's something we constantly need to remind ourselves about. And this makes sense. Because this life is limited, whereas the next life is limitless. And this life is full of injustices, whereas the next life is full of pure justice, because it is Allah's justice. Now, many of us, a lot of social media, a lot of different platforms on social media, society itself tells us that we are the ones who are in the stands. They tell us that we are the ones who should be watching, when in reality this is not the case. So despite the happiness that we're feeling right now, the celebration that we've just done, and although it's great, we should have that moment to appreciate and understand what's taking place, we need to realize that this is not the end. And like Dr. Hani said earlier, this is something we need to continue. And brothers and sisters, I'm sad to say, we are losing. Yes, we've raised over 16,000 euros, but is that going to change everything in the big picture? No. And let me tell you why we are losing. We are losing because millions and millions of our brothers and sisters in Syria, Yemen, Afghanistan, Somalia are starving to death in their millions right now. We have brothers and sisters across the Ummah suffering from multiple things, from poverty, because of conflict. And it's us Muslims killing each other half the time. And this is something that we need to reflect upon because we are losing. But we cannot stand to lose. We cannot stand to lose and watch orphans, from orphans to widows, to the oppressed and starving. Because as Dr. Hani put it very beautifully earlier, we have a responsibility towards this ummah, and each and every single one of us have a role that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has blessed us with. And we need to make the relevant steps to help one another and to serve those who need it the most. Because alhamdulillah, we are in that position, we are in a very privileged position to be the ones to help others rather than to be the ones who need the help. Alhamdulillah, make shukr right now. So, do we want this nightmare to end? Do we want the suffering to end? Do we want to start winning? And that is the main question that we need to be asking ourselves today and every single day from now. Because if we do want to win, there is something that needs to change. And what is that thing? It is us. We need to change, brothers and sisters. It is us. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells us in Surah Al-Imran that He will not change the condition of a people until we change what is in ourselves. And so we need to change. And so we are not spectators. So let me give you guys, an imagery, I think. Then if you just go on to the next slide, there should be a photo. So you guys watch a football match, a cricket match, whatever match it is. Social media, society, they actually tell us that we are the ones in the stands. So the flag is just there, that's what's right. But no, not for us. We can't be the ones spectating at this life going on. We have to be active. We have to move around. We have to make sure that we are doing what we have been put on earth to do. So, if we are not the ones who are spectating, who are we? In fact, we are this guy. We are this guy who is on the pitch, who's part of the action, who is part of the team, making sure that his team is the one that is winning, or it is her team that is winning. So if we are not the ones who are spectators, and we are the ones who are making the change, how is this supposed to happen? How are we going to be part of the team and change this world together? And bearing in mind that we want to make sure the actions of this world and this life influence the ones of the next one. So yes, life is a game, but it's not a game for fun, like I said earlier. It's a game to ensure that we win, but not us as individuals, because when we lose as individuals. But when we win as an ummah. We win together. So, you guys have seen Muhammad Ali up here. Now, I really, really love Muhammad Ali. Like, he is someone that I truly do look up to, and I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys in this room look up to him as well. And he has this very beautiful quote. I'm just going to read it out to you. It's from his book that he wrote with his daughter, if you guys want to check it out. And the quote goes like this: "You don't really lose when you fight for what you believe in. You lose when you fail to fight for what you care about. And if you want to win, the will can never retire, the race can never stop, and faith can never weaken." And I want you guys to remember these words. And so if we realize that we're on a team, there are multiple things we need to do. We need to train, we need to prepare, we need to be ready, we need to sweat. Now you guys have heard the saying, there's no such thing as you have to put in the blood, sweat, and tears, like the team have today, to make this wonderful event happen, alhamdulillah. And that's what we need to do as a team. You need to put the effort in. You can't just expect for it to happen. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He's blessed us with many things. And one of those things that He's blessed us with, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells us in the Quran, is that we are Khalifa. And Khalifa, you can interpret that however you like. There's many multiple ways that you can act upon being a Khalifa. And if we take the example of charity, we work together, we train together in order to change the lives of countless and millions of people across the world, across many, many years. And of course, this is by the grace of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, who has allowed us to unite today, tonight, in this room, and inshallah, forever and always. And when you work as a team, like I said, you need to prepare and stuff, but what else do you need to do? You have to unite upon something. You can't have so many differences in the team and let your differences pull you apart, because that's not how it works. You need to breathe as a team. You need to work as a team. You need to believe as a team. And belief is something that we lack so easily sometimes. And there's another quote that I want to share with you guys, and you might have heard this in a conflict context, but you can use it here as well. United we stand, divided we fall. And we do not want to be the ones who are divided and falling, like we have been for many, many years. We want to be the ones to unite together, and uniting starts at home. It starts right here. It starts amongst ourselves. It starts amongst our schools and our communities and our mosques. And then we just go wide and wide and reach more and more out. So have a second to reflect upon that. Are you uniting within your homes, within your communities? Are you letting your differences pull each other apart? Or are you working together as a team? Because like I said, you can either win as a team or lose as individuals. And the final thing that I want to say is that losing is a choice, especially in this context. And I tell you that losing is a choice, it is a decision, and it is a mindset that we cannot afford to take. We really cannot afford to take this. And losing is a vocabulary, is a word and a piece of vocabulary that we should remove. Losing is a word that we should remove from our vocabulary. It shouldn't be part of it. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says that I am as my servant thinks I am. We must have a good opinion of Him, and we must have good intentions ourselves in order to make sure that we can achieve our goals and what we want to do. There is a holistic approach here. And so, brothers and sisters, winners do not lose. And we cannot lose. Because no matter how many times winners look like they're losing, they look like they've been beaten down and down again, you know what makes them stand apart and actually makes them a winner? They rise again and again. They stand higher and higher again, trying and trying again. So I'm just going to wrap up now and leave you with some final words and have a think about the questions as well. Do we want this nightmare to end? Do we want the suffering to end? And do you think that people have suffered enough? And do you want to start winning? And do you want to start winning today? Because if we do, if we want to start winning the game of life, then like I said, it is us that needs to change. And we are the ones who should make a difference. Because brothers and sisters, the difference between dying and surviving, and the difference between the suffering and the non-suffering is unity. And this is why we have a vision, and this is what allows us to make the changes that we want to make. Jazakallah khair.
Okay, thank you very, very much, Shalma. And there was a lot of problem here. Okay, so it's okay that we have a battery problem because we're kind of done with this. We're going to do probably a lot more approach to food, inshallah, soon. Not quite yet. But we're just going to take a small break while waiting for the food to come to us. I'm just going to ask that when the food does come, I'm going to call you guys by table. So obviously the food is your food table here, and sisters, yours is here. So when I call your table, get your food. Don't spend too long deciding what you want. Just get it, sit down, eat it. And then so I can call the next table. So we don't want the people at the back to not get any food. So please keep it quick. And also we will have a break during food, probably for Isha. What time is it? It's at 7:30. Your comments at 7:30. So just keep that in mind as well. Yeah, that's pretty much it. So you can take a little break now, and I will keep you updated on the food. Also, just before you go, Shamna has told me that she forgot to conclude her talk. And what she wanted to say was, make sure that you all join Charity Week next year. So at the beginning of next year, February-ish, in January, there will be a form that goes around, and I would like to see every single person's name on that form that is here. I'm going to do a picture of this, and I want everyone here. 2nd of January. Okay, so make sure you join Charity Week. If you have any questions about the roles or what is involved, please do let us know. You have ambassadors and